We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 and the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the LA Chargers. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Amarian Hampton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Back to Hampton on 1st down. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. The Chargers at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind is certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Check smash, Cowboy 80. 60 Bobcat. Ready.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that would be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
60 Bison. I got him.
Back to throw. Presley. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
Cameron Dicker on for the Chargers field goal. A 35-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick throw there is incomplete. You talk about the defense for these Chargers. And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Let's go.
They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
To number 88.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
First down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On the ground with a rookie from Auburn. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Chargers, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, Wiley. And he will have the Broncos first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
First down, Broncos.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got Higgins over the middle. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Here we go. Here we go. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when a screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over. But he ended up finding another receiver.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. But you look at this Bronco defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
This is 2nd and 8.
Ready. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Go.
A run once more with Hampton. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Panther Street, Panther Street, down. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Riggs, Riggs. Check, 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 check.
Looking to throw. Presley. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Tag. Cougar 19.
On first down, it's Hampton. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
70 Lions.
Off the play fake. Presley. Now this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
70 Timberwolves. Warriors 70.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That is caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Step, bring it.
They'll work inside here. Hampton. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Cowboy 80. Go.
Again, it's Hampton. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Back to throw. Presley. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. DK Metcalf. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers are able to add on to that lead. For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
That's the score. Chargers 10, Broncos 0.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Right back to him on first down. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here we go, here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Second and 9 now. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 45-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Check the Eagles, check the Eagles. Check out.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Get it. 70 Lions. 70
Now a handoff up the middle. Wiley. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35-yard line. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go, Scott. Cowboy 80. Go.
He'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Higgins. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
5 yards.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
60 back.
Back to throw. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Nice. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18. Pioneer.
Back to throw again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Let's go. Warriors, Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready, right?
They'll look to throw again. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. For the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. More from L.A. in a moment. 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Wiley. Unable to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Charger drive about to get going. And we'll see how much they want to push things, leading already here 10-3.
70, hot 70.
Throwing to start the drive. Presley. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Looking to throw. Presley. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Come on.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2nd and 6.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's Johnson with a reception. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Denver.
Ready? Cougar night. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
13. Chargers 10.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Pat the 60, pat the 60. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Let's go, ready, ready.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Hampton. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a gain
first
of 14
down, Los
yards.
Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Chargers,
couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Let's go.
Up the middle, it's Hampton. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Second and 1. Now he's going to step up and run. Going right side here, and that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
No. Coogan.
On the give, this is Hampton. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Second and 6. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That was a first down pickup of 8.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
On the handoff, it's Hampton. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Give here to Hampton. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Cardinal. Let's go.
Hampton. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
65 catch, 65, Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready.
2nd and 2. And this one's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
70, like it, check smash. 79 Broncos. 18 Pioneer. Ready.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He finds his man, complete. It's Clyde. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Check him out.
Now a handoff up the middle. Wiley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Wiley. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the check out bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
108 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you come up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line.
Hey, check that.
Here's Hampton. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Back to throw. Presley. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. More from L.A. in a moment. Third down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards.
60 vices, 60 vices.
Looking to throw. Presley. A quick hitter complete. It's Fisher. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 5 yards away. That was never in doubt. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And he returns this to the 22.
Over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Wiley. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pass complete to Higgins. And he'll be out right at the 35.
To number 88.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Up the middle they go. Wiley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. This defense so strong all afternoon long. Well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6. They'll set up a throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Ready. 70,
Throwing to start the drive. Presley. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for number 83.
So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit?
Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He'll run here with Hampton. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is third down now.
19 Lions. Ready? 60. Got to be Lions. 18 Pioneer. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Ready?
Back to throw. Presley. He's got his target. That's complete. Down the left sideline. He may go. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
They rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Chargers 20, Broncos 13. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second.
He's back to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
19, 18. Cut 19. Cut 19.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter.